So I just wanted to tap in real quick because there's been this controversial topic, okay, between men and women. And it's given like battle of the sexes vibes, where it's just like, women against men and men against women. Like, I'm seeing all these videos, and it's really tripping me out. I'm 31 years old, but I feel like I have a lot of, or believe in, a traditional way of doing things, and not per se like, oh, the man goes out and work and makes the money and the woman stays home and takes care of the household, cleaning and cooking and taking care of the kids and all of that. I'm talking about when it comes to like principles and values and what it means to be in a partnership, what it means to be in a unit. I don't know where it got lost, okay, and what has happened. But what I will say is, and this is speaking from the woman's perspective, again, I would want to hear out, others' perspective. Maybe it's something that I'm not understanding, or, it's something that, maybe I just can't, comprehend as far as what's going on. So there's been this discussion around women, who are, educated and, may be making 6 figures, 7 figures a year, and them having this mindset that they wouldn't want to date a man that makes less money than them. And this is my thing. I mean, you can choose to do whatever you want to do, to be honest. I mean, it's your choice as a woman, whether if you feel like, hey, that your accomplishments and your accolades is what matters most over principles and values and what a man stands for and what he brings to the table, outside of, his pockets and all of that. Again, you can do what you want, but it's far more to a man than just his pockets, right? But again, that's a topic for another day. But the discussion here is, around women feeling like, hey, I make more money than this guy or whatever, and it's just like this automatic, like, no, that can't happen. Or you even have some women who will go forward and be in a relationship and marry a guy who may make less than her. But I've heard through conversations and men saying those women tend to look down on them. They tend to not respect them as a man per se, and not allowing them to be able to lead. It's almost like, well, I make more money than you, so I can tell you what to do. Or I make more money than you, and you don't have no right to tell me whatever, right? You don't really make any decisions for real or whatever. I pay majority of the bills, like all this stuff. And it's like they're constantly throwing it back in his face, and so the man tends to lose respect. But my thing is, if you're going to do that, why even marry the guy? If you have that mindset where you feel like it's a problem that you make more money than a guy, why even be in a relationship or marry him? Just go ahead and just let it be from the beginning. But it's still a logic that I really don't understand. And again, it's a lot of things I don't understand, because I feel like that's not the only thing. If you're saying, hey, I make more money than him, and he doesn't bring to the table this, and he doesn't bring to the table that, I can understand it from a holistic perspective, but not per se just that particular thing. And if the thought was, if you're going into a relationship or a marriage, right, and your thought process is, we're a unit, we're a partnership, right, we're coming into this together. So meaning, whatever you do and whatever I do is for the sole benefit of the unit, okay, for us together, right? We're building together. But I'm feeling like women are going into these relationships and marriages, right, if they do accept that, as in we're separate, right? I got these things, and I got a degree, and I got these certifications, and I make this amount of money. That's mine. And you work and do what you do, might have gone to gotten a degree yourself, and you might make whatever amount of money that man makes, and that's yours, right? So although we're married, we're separate, which doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense to me, because my thing is, if you make $100,000 a year, okay, and hypothetically speaking here, you make $100,000, the woman, and a man makes $50,000. It's not you make 100,000 and he makes 50,000 is y'all have $150,000 together. I'm not sure why there's separation here. It should be what you have and what I have. We're going to bring this together. Okay. And then it should be a discussion around the finances, right? How is everything going to be allocated and taken care of? Maybe you might handle some things with your funds, the money that you make, right? We can put this and do whatever we're going to do with it, right? And I make this amount and we're going to do these things with this money. But we're doing this together because we're building together, right? Yes, you might have some women that may already have, have brought a house, right? Bought a house, have a car, have their, they already have the things. And so when a man comes along, they may feel like, okay, well, I already had this stuff or whatever, right? So at some point, I'm sure you may move together. So whether if he decides to move in with you or you move in with him, or y'all decide to sell your homes or whatever and go purchase something together. But the goal is for you to come together as a unit, as a partnership. So why is it I make this and he makes that? No, you should be thinking, if I make this and he makes that, this is what we make together, right? But it just doesn't stop with the money, right? It doesn't stop with the money. You have to also look at, okay, that's great, and I'm willing to accept him making less money than me, right? But where are you trying to go, right? Where are you? Where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10, 15 years? And maybe that'll help you determine whether or not if you would want to be with the man or not. It's not where he is right now, because yeah, he might be making $50,000 this year, right? But say y'all get together and say you end up making 120,000, who knows? But say he go from making 50,000, now he making 250,000 in the next 5 years, who knows? But you're judging him off of where he is now, but not where he's trying to go. But that's far more to a man than his pockets anyway. I just do not understand, why is it, women with this, I got this degree, and I did this, and, I make this amount of money. So, and that's how y'all going to end up. I'm sorry, y'all, I got hot. That's how y'all going to end up, losing out on good men. Okay. You're going to lose out on some good men because y'all are worried about the wrong thing. You're worried about the wrong thing. Y'all have to look beyond that. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. If it's something that I don't understand, then tell me. If that's just your preference, that's just your preference. I don't want to argue or debate with anybody about what you like. Just like you have some people that like to look at the artificial things. Oh, I want a man who's 6 foot, built, waves. All these things. Like, wait, okay, what do you want in a man internally? That's great. You want a man who looks a certain way. Again, we all have preferences and stuff like that, just like I'm sure men choosy. But like, let's be real here. It is far beyond the pockets, far beyond that. We already know you have money. We already know you went to school, you got a degree, and you making 6 figures, and you're doing all these things or whatever, and that's great. But you want to be, making 6 figures and be lonely and be by yourself, and have this, I'm independent, I don't need no man. You might not need a man financially, but you don't need a man in other areas as well. Again, I'm just a messenger.